Hey everyone, and today I'm going to show you how to replace the Holdfast texture files to create any reskin for any unit or flag or anything pretty much you want in game that has a texture. So the first thing you're going to need is something called UABE, and if you just type that in on Google, you'll see a couple of different links. You want to go to this one here, which is releases. I'll leave a link on the forum thread for this anyway. And then when you're here, you want to select the Asset Bundle Extractor 2.2. And you see down here, there's either the 32-bit one or the 64-bit one. And because I'm on 64-bit, I'm going to download the 64-bit version. You can find out how to see what version your computer is, whether it's 32 or 64 in other videos. I'm not going to do that here. So when you've downloaded it, just open it up. You should have something like WinRAR or 7-zip or anything like that installed. And all you're going to do is actually put it into a file on your desktop. So we're going to right click on new, and then when it loads, there we go. And then just call it something like Holdfast modding, and then just drag and drop that 64-bit folder in there. And that's all good. So then you can load this up. And you should see you'll have a folder here with 64-bit, and then you should have asset bundle extractor.exe. Okay, so that's all good. Next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and open up your Steam, go to your library, and just find Holdfast. Mine's at the top. Click on properties, and then go to local files and browse local files. It may be a little bit different on yours, but as long as you can get to the local files where you've installed the game, then you can get to here. So then when you're here, go into the Holdfast Nationwide data folder, and then you're just going to copy this URL at the top, okay? I know it's not a URL, it's a folder-like structure, so just copy all of this, and then go back to the asset bundle extractor here, and double-click it to load it up. Then go to File, click on Open, and then paste in the file structure that you copied. So now you should be in your Holdfast data folder in UABE, and all you want to do is there's two folders you want to look at if you want to do uniforms and flags. So the first one is resources.assets, and the other one is shared assets 3. But for this, I'm just going to show you how to do uniforms. So let's open that up. And it should take a moment. And then you just want to go ahead and select any of these. It doesn't really matter. I think you need Unity installed for this one to come up. I'm not sure. But if you don't see any of these, just install Unity. It doesn't take long. And then just click OK. And it should load. But you might not need Unity. I don't think you do. And then once it's done, you should see this big folder here. I'm just going to minimize some of the other stuff just so it's a lot less cluttered. Okay, so you'll have this big folder here. And now this is where you search for what texture you want to edit. You'll see a load of materials. Ignore the materials. You want to find textures. There's a quicker way of finding the exact one you want. If you go ahead and type in the following into the find. If you type in land units character atlas diffuse, I'll type this also on the forum thread so you can actually get it there. Paste that in, click OK, and it will find it. So as you see, it selected it here. And if we actually click on name, actually it's probably a better idea if we do it like that. There we go. And now you can see we have land units character atlas diffuse. So this is where you're going to be editing your textures for the uniforms. There's obviously other ones, but the one we're focusing on is the diffuse. Click export to PNG, and then I'm just going to put it into my Holdfast modding folder. And then that should now be in the Holdfast modding folder. Why is it not in there? Oh, it's already in there. It just took a little while. Yeah, so it might take a second. Okay, so now once you've got the texture file in here, if we open it up, there you go. You'll see a load of different textures that you can edit. As you see here, this is the Brunswick mod that I've done. So that's already edited. But if you want to edit it, you can literally do it in Paint if you really wanted to. I don't recommend doing it in Paint though, because you'll run into some issues with transparency and stuff. So I recommend getting something like GIMP or Photoshop. So let's load up Photoshop, and then let's open up our texture file. Holdfast modding. And here it is. Okay, so when you've opened it up in Photoshop or GIMP or whatever, you can then start editing it. So I know I made a mistake on my Brunswick mod. This should be a J instead of a U. So I'm just going to quickly replace that. just as you could. So let's draw over that using the clone tool. There we go. A little bit finicky, but... And then I'm just going to add a J and then make it white and rotate it. So let's save this. Let's see. Yeah, let's save this. File, save as, PNG, and then you're just going to replace it. And that's going to save. It'll take a little while. These are really big images, so it's going to take a moment or two. Okay, and then you want to go back in here, find the same file you downloaded, so the LAN units, character defuse, click on plugins again, then click on edit, click OK, load it up, and then click OK again, click on normal, click OK. There we go. Okay, so now it's done. Click OK. Click yes to saving the changes, and you just want to save it as resource.assets or whatever the file is that you got from your data folder. It's going to take another moment or two just to save it all. Once it's done that, it's a very simple installation, and you'll see your texture changes in game. So we can close out of UAVE now and load back up our Holdfast data folder. And like I said, very simple. You just copy and paste and click replace. And it's going to just write that. Now, these are very big files here. These resource assets are pretty big because they include all the textures, not just the one that you've edited. It's all the other textures. So it's a bit of an annoying way of doing things, but it is currently the only way of doing things. Right, okay, there we go. So that's done. Close out of everything. Load up Holdfast. All right, so we're now loaded in to the game. We're going to select Britain. Line infantry, and as you can see, you have this really poorly edited texture for the Brunswick, but that's fine. So let's load in, and hopefully we should see a J. Yes, there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so there we go. That's how you change your textures in game. If you want to download this Brunswick mod, then I'll leave a link as well on this forum thread to where you can get it. But hopefully that covers how to edit textures and all that good stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them on the forum thread, and I'll try and help out. And same for Discord. If you are in the official Discord, just DM me. I'm Pierre on Discord. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helped. And I will do some more tutorials when more modern capabilities come into play.